The Ford F-150 is the best-selling vehicle in America, year after year. It tows well, hauls anything, and with the 3.5 EcoBoost under the hood, it makes serious power. But not every owner is happy. Some owners run these trucks to 300,000 miles without a major repair. Others start chasing strange noises, mysterious leaks, and repair bills that come out of nowhere. Here are 7 problems you absolutely need to know before something expensive happens. I'm RJ, 20 years working on Fords. Let's get into it. Problem number 7, sync infotainment system failures. We're starting with the most common ownership annoyance on modern F-150s, the sync infotainment system. This one won't leave you stranded, but it will drive you crazy. Owners report frozen screens, black screens on startup, Bluetooth that drops mid-call, and climate controls that stop responding because they're integrated into the touchscreen. On the 2015 and newer trucks especially, Ford moved more and more vehicle functions into the sync system. When it freezes, you lose access to all of it. The root causes are actually software glitches, a failing touchscreen module, or an outdated firmware version. Ford has pushed multiple software updates over the years that fix some of these issues, but not all of them. A full sync module replacement runs anywhere from $400 to $1,500 on most trims, and up to $2,000 on 2021 and newer trucks with Sync 4. Before buying a used F-150, sit in it and use the screen. Navigate the menus, connect your phone. If it's laggy, unresponsive, or takes more than a few seconds to boot, factor that into your offer, or walk away. Cheap to diagnose, annoying to live with, and on some trims, expensive to fix. Problem number 6, rust and frame corrosion. If you're buying a used F-150 from a northern state, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, any place that salts the roads in winter, rust is not a cosmetic concern. It can be a deal breaker. The F-150 has known weak points for corrosion. The cab corners, where the rear of the cab meets the bed, are notorious for trapping moisture and developing rust bubbles under the paint. The frame itself, the rear cross members, and the floor pans are all vulnerable on trucks that spent winters in salt country. What looks like surface rust from above can be significant structural corrosion underneath. The aluminum body panels introduced on the 2015 and newer trucks reduced body panel rust dramatically, but the frame, the suspension components, and the steel structure under the cab are still steel and still corrode. And some owners found that the aluminum body panels develop galvanic corrosion where they contact steel components, creating a different kind of problem. A repair for serious frame corrosion can range from $1,500 for surface treatment up to $6,000 or more for structural work. And sometimes the truck simply isn't worth fixing. I've seen trucks look spotless outside and fail inspection underneath. The paint tells you nothing about the frame. Before you buy any used F-150 from a cold climate state, get it on a lift. Spend 5 minutes under there. What you find will tell you more than anything the seller says. Body rust is cosmetic. Frame rust is structural. Know which one you're looking at before money changes hands. Problem number 5, cooling system and water pump leaks. The 3.5 EcoBoost is a turbocharged engine, which means it runs hotter than a naturally aspirated engine and depends more heavily on the cooling system to manage that heat. When the cooling system starts failing, it creates problems fast. The most common issues are water pump failures and coolant line leaks around the turbo fittings. Symptoms are usually subtle at first, coolant level dropping slowly between checks, a faint sweet smell near the engine bay, or occasionally light white smoke from the engine. By the time the temperature gauge starts climbing, the damage is already happening. Water pump replacement on the 3.5 EcoBoost runs around $600 to $1,200 at an independent shop, closer to $1,500 at a dealer. Turbo coolant line repairs are in a similar range. Neither one is catastrophic if caught early. An engine that has been run hot or overheated repeatedly is a different story. Overheated EcoBoosts can develop head gasket issues that turn a manageable repair into a major engine job. When buying a used EcoBoost F-150, check the coolant reservoir. The fluid should be clear and green or orange depending on the Ford spec. Brown or rust-colored coolant means contamination and a cooling system that hasn't been maintained. That's a negotiating point at minimum. The EcoBoost cooling system is reliable when maintained. When neglected, a small leak becomes a very expensive overheating event. Problem number 4, exhaust manifold stud failures. This is one of the most well-known EcoBoost complaints, and it produces one of the most recognizable symptoms in the truck world. If you've ever heard an F-150 EcoBoost tick loudly on a cold start, a rhythmic metal ticking that gets quieter or disappears as the engine warms up, you've heard a broken exhaust manifold stud. The 3.5 EcoBoost exhaust manifolds go through significant heat cycling every time the engine runs. The studs that bolt the manifold to the cylinder head expand and contract with that heat. And over time, they fatigue and break. When a stud breaks, exhaust gas escapes around the manifold at startup when the metal is still cold and contracted, creating that distinctive ticking sound. As the engine warms up and everything expands, the gap seals and the tick quiets down or disappears entirely. Owners first reported this heavily on the 2011 to 2014 generation trucks. Ford revised the stud design in later model years, but the problem hasn't been completely eliminated across all builds. Most owners assume it's a lifter tick or something minor. Then they hear the repair estimate. Extracting broken studs involves removing the manifold, dealing with fasteners that often break flush with the head, and reassembling everything correctly. Budget between $900 and $2,200 at an independent shop. Dealers are often quoting $2,000 to $2,500 for the same job. The critical buying tip? Start the truck cold. If you're test driving a used EcoBoost F-150 and it's already warmed up when you arrive, ask for a cold start. That ticking on startup is not something you want to discover after you've already signed the paperwork. Cold start. Listen for 3 seconds. If you hear rhythmic ticking, you're looking at a known EcoBoost problem with a real repair bill. Most of the problems on this list don't happen overnight. They start small. That's exactly why I built the Ford Longevity Blueprint, so owners can catch them early before they become $4,000 surprises. Links below. Problem number 3, 10R80 transmission problems. I had a guy swear his transmission was blown. Truck only had 82,000 miles. He was convinced he needed a rebuild. Turned out the fluid had never been changed. One pan drop service later, the harsh shifts were mostly gone. Not a perfect story. The transmission had wear that shouldn't have been there at that mileage, but it wasn't the rebuild he was expecting. Ford introduced the 10R80 10-speed automatic in 2017 F-150s, and it's been the standard transmission on most configurations since. For most owners in most conditions, it works well, but a significant number of owners have had serious problems with it, and the repairs are not cheap. The most common complaints are harsh or erratic shifting, delayed engagement when moving from park to drive or reverse, random downshifts at highway speed, and clunking under light throttle. The underlying causes range from fluid degradation. Ford called this a lifetime fluid, but it absolutely is not. Valve body solenoid issues, and adaptive learning problems that develop when the transmission fluid's been neglected. Here's the expensive part. A valve body repair or replacement on a 10R80 runs $2,200 to $4,500. A full rebuild starts at $4,500 and climbs fast, depending on what the shop finds inside. And because the 10R80 is a complex, adaptive transmission, symptoms can appear or disappear based on how the transmission's internal computer has learned the truck's driving patterns. An owner who has never serviced the fluid and drove hard is often looking at a transmission that needs significant work by the time symptoms appear. The advice is simple. If you're buying a used F-150 with a 10R80, ask for transmission service records. If there are none, the fluid has probably never been changed. A pan drop service before purchase is worth the conversation. And If the truck shifts harshly or hunts between gears on a test drive, that's not normal break-in behavior. That's the transmission telling you something. The 10R80 is a capable transmission. It's also an expensive one to repair when it's been neglected. Service history matters more here than on any previous F-150 transmission. Transmission problems usually tell you something's wrong. Harsh shifts, delayed engagement, clunking. The truck communicates. The next problem doesn't. It just slowly gets worse until one day you realize the truck hasn't felt right in months. Problem number 2. EcoBoost intake valve carbon buildup. This is the problem that surprises most F-150 owners because it produces real symptoms and there's no check engine light. None. The truck doesn't tell you anything's wrong, it just gradually feels worse. The 3.5 EcoBoost uses direct injection. Fuel sprays directly into the cylinder rather than through the intake port. This is what makes it efficient and powerful, but it also means fuel never washes the backs of the intake valves. On older port-injected engines, gasoline constantly rinses the valve surfaces clean. On a direct injection engine, oil vapor from the PCV system deposits carbon on the intake valves with nothing to clean it off. Over time, usually between 50 and 100,000 miles depending on driving habits, that carbon buildup restricts airflow into the cylinders. The engine starts to feel flat. Idle gets rough, fuel economy drops. Under hard acceleration, the hesitation becomes noticeable. Owners often describe it as the truck feeling like it aged 10 years overnight. The fix is walnut blasting, a service where a shop blasts crushed walnut shells through the intake to abrade the carbon deposits off the valve surfaces. It is not a DIY job. It runs between $600 and $1,000 at an independent shop and closer to $1,200 at a dealer. It transforms the engine. Most owners who get it done say the truck immediately feels like a different vehicle. If you're buying a used EcoBoost F-150 with over 75,000 miles, ask if a walnut blast has ever been performed. If the answer is no, budget for it. If the engine idles rough and feels sluggish on a test drive, there's a good chance this is why. No warning light, no obvious cause, just a truck that slowly stops feeling like itself. Carbon buildup on EcoBoost intake valves is one of the most underdiagnosed issues on these trucks. Problem number 1. Cam phaser failure and timing chain problems. This is the one. The problem that defined the 3.5 EcoBoost reputation in the mechanic community. The repair that has surprised more F-150 owners with a bill they weren't expecting than any other. If you own a 3.5 EcoBoost or you're about to buy one, understand this problem completely before anything else. The symptom is unmistakable if you've heard it before. Cold start, engine fires up. For 2 to 5 seconds, it sounds like a diesel. A loud, rattling mechanical clatter that seems impossible for a gasoline engine. Then, as oil pressure builds and the engine warms, it quiets down. Some owners live with this sound for months, assuming it's normal. It's not normal. It is the cam phasers, the variable valve timing components that rely on oil pressure to function, not getting adequate oil flow at startup, and the timing chain associated with them rattling before it tightens. The causes come in 2 forms. The first is mechanical wear on the cam phasers themselves, which happens over high mileage, particularly when oil changes have been extended or oil quality has been poor. The second is a design issue in the VCT solenoid system that Ford has acknowledged and revised across different production runs. Some trucks developed phaser problems earlier than expected, even with proper maintenance. The repair cost is the number that gets owners' attention. Cam phaser replacement on a 3.5 EcoBoost typically runs between $2,200 and $5,500 at an independent shop, depending on how many phasers are affected and whether timing chain components need replacement at the same time. At a dealer, the number often lands between $5,000 and $7,000. Ford extended warranty coverage on cam phaser and timing chain issues for certain model years, after enough owners complained loudly enough. If you own an affected truck, check your VIN against the extended coverage. Some repairs that would have been thousands of dollars are covered at no cost. The buying advice is the same as the manifold studs. Cold start every time. That diesel rattle on startup is the truck telling you exactly what's coming. If you hear it on a used truck you're considering, either walk away or negotiate the repair cost directly into the price, because if you hear it once, only get worse. 2 to 5 seconds on a cold start. If it sounds like a diesel, it's the phasers. If you ignore it, the repair bill won't ignore you. Now you know what to listen for before it gets expensive.